you've caught me sitting down and having a coffee for a couple of minutes, reflecting on how well I've done overall. I needed to pop out and buy a whole big bag of raw plugs. I've been buying them in sort of little packets of, I think they're either 100 or 250 or something. There's 1,000, or there were 1,000 in this bag. That's a few. Keep me going for at least this season, I think. The track's laid through the platforms now, so the next bit, just to finish off the Suburban Line completely actually, is to join the through route through the platforms with the existing track that goes around the back of the studio. A bit fiddly, this bit. You may remember from previous videos about the double diamond crossovers, but I am skipping them for this time. I'll add them possibly next winter when I work on the main through routes as well, the main line through routes. I realised a couple of minutes ago that I need to add a few more train position sensors along this cable bundle. I don't know why I didn't finish it off before. I had done all the others, but there's 4 sensors I've got to solder on and connect into the cable bundles that I produced those few weeks ago. Well, that's another train sensor, train position sensor added to the cable bundle. Pleased with that. Couple more to go. Well, it's a lot more comfortable sitting on this little seat than scrabbling around at track bed level. Right, well, I've done well this afternoon. So well, in fact, I've got all the track down except the last 2 pieces on this curve. Hi, Cassie. You come to check up on me. So 2 meters on from the signal there, track insulators, track power insulators. There we go, that's slid on. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that just needs trimming back about 4 or 5 millimeters. That's good. It's quite tricky getting the last 2 pieces to butt together between 2 sort of fixed points, but it's always easier on a curve because you've got the option of kind of opening the curve up, getting the fish plates in and the track ends lined up, and then sort of drawing it together, closing the curve up. But a very, very important point is getting the track lengths pretty well spot on. I always try and get about 4 or 5 mil too long. I can always just pair off just a little bit, but if it's too short, that's painful. It's fiddly, but if you're lucky, it goes together fairly sweet, and that's actually pretty good. That one needs to close up, but there's enough space here, so yes. Excellent. Really, really good. I'm really pleased. It's about time I've got all this track done. So that is the Suburban Line complete in all of its glory. Let's take a look at this piece of curved track that I've just laid. Well, from the Suburban down, the line now continues through where there will be a crossover junction, not yet, as you've heard me say before, all the way round, down around the back of the studio. It gets a bit dark here. I will be adding some lights. Oh, it gets a bit dark. All the way down, round, loops and comes back. Here we go, along the Suburban up, all the way round, back out into the open, through the curved piece that I've just laid just this afternoon, all the way round to the Suburban up platform. Now, I think that's a big achievement. Somebody asked me in the comments earlier on, some while ago, how long the Suburban line is. I actually don't know. I'm going to measure it. Moments later, after a lot of faffing about with a long bit of string, I've now measured the length of the Suburban line. I'm actually staggered. It's 64 metres in length from the up Suburban starter signal in the platform all the way around, back down, through, round, back to the same point again. 64 metres. That's a long way. Well, the next job for me to do is clean the track, the Suburban line throughout. I have done some of it last weekend, but the majority of this needs a thorough clean and some plant work trimming back as well. And while I'm doing that outside, the other Warren will take you inside, show you some diagrams to explain all the track sections around the complete Suburban line, because I've not done that before. With all the track back down around the Suburban line, let's look at the block sections in full. I've talked about most of these sections over the recent months, but not with just a focus on the Suburban line. As you probably know, the Suburban line is a continuous single track loop, but passing twice through Linleys main station. One looped end passes through Woodgate Crescent station. There's a whole load more about that in other videos in the playlist, so do take a look. The garden shed is at the top of the diagram and the studio is on the left side there. The Suburban up line passes through in this direction and then returns around the shed as the down. Okay, I'm going to clear the diagram of all distractions. Let's start at the block section sequence here at Linleys main up, with LM08 signal at the end of the platform. Then on around is LM09 around the back of the shed. You may remember that this is actually a junction signal with the turn off ahead down to Vista End branch line. The Suburban then becomes the down through Linleys main with the station signal LM06. This will become a junction signal when I install the double diamond crossovers with the main lines next year, maybe. WC01 is the outer home to Woodgate Crescent station. All sections need to be at least 6 metres long, ideally 8, and this one is about the shortest at just under 8 metres. And WC02 is actually 2 parallel block sections, one at the end of the station and one on the bypass track just ahead of the junction back into the through line. More about that in various other videos in the Woodgate Crescent playlist. WC03 is the advanced starter to Woodgate Crescent station and would normally be just left in the fully automatic mode of use. LM03 is back around towards Linleys main and is on the Suburban up line just before where the double diamond junction will be. And back to Linleys main up platform section again, LM08. So how many block sections are there? Did you keep a count? The correct answer is 7 end to end, with an 8th forming the bypass track at Woodgate Crescent station. Good, hey? Well, I hope those diagrams made sense. 64 metres, all split up into those various sections, block sections. Well, I've been doing some clearing and cleaning of the track. There's a bit more to do. I've done all the way around the top upper section of the Suburban Line here, through the platforms, and a good bit around the back, but I haven't yet done the lower section where Woodgate Crescent Station is. There's actually quite a lot to do here, trimming back some of the low-level shrubs and plants and bits, and clearing some leaves. Should only take me an hour or so, but that won't be it, because I've got the track power to worry about and continuity between the rails. More to do, but that's it for this time. So from the Linleys Garden Railway, thanks for watching and bye for now.